Cleveland Browns, and the talk of the town continues to be who's going to start week 1 for Cleveland, given everything that's happened, of course, with Deshaun Watson on the men. They got 2 vets and 2 rookies, and we're going to talk about one of them right here on CBS Sports HQ. Didi joining us here from Browns camp. So Shador Sanders, what were some of the takeaways, team reps, and all that good stuff with him today, Didi?
I think we need to slow the roll on him. He again was 4th. Let's be pretty honest here. He is indeed 4th. That should not be a surprise in any way. Now, the good news is that he had some shoulder soreness this weekend. He talked about it. He said that, quite frankly, he's not used to throwing as much as he has in the grind of it. But he was back out on the field. He was 4th in team reps and 7-on-7. He's got some good zing on his ball, but he's still got a lot of growth, a lot of development. The other rookie, Dillon Gabriel, he had a little bit of a hamstring tweak. He was out throwing, couldn't do as much. But today it was Kenny Pickett who got the first reps, Joe Flacco who got the second reps, and no decisions made just yet. But I would expect in this first game against Carolina, you're going to see the 2 rookies, health notwithstanding.
Okay, so good to hear the update where you are in terms of the quarterback carousel. Because of that uncertainty, what are some of the pass catchers saying?
Well, of course, they're all doing the best that they can. You know that Jerry Jeudy is looking to stack, to build off of his Pro Bowl year a year ago. He looks outstanding, looks even more comfortable than when I was here a year ago. Cedric Tillman, the young 3rd-year player, only looks better. He finally came on a bit at the end of last season. He's looking to show something. But a guy that I'm excited about is Deontay Johnson. When he was in Pittsburgh, the city I live in, I watched him 3 consecutive years, put together 80 catch years. That matches only about 6 other receivers in the National Football League. He was one of Ben Roethlisberger's favorites. He, of course, had a season that went a bit off the rails last year with the Carolina Panthers, shipped over to the Ravens, then sent to the Texans for a week, then back to the Ravens where he never showed up. He knows that this is his final opportunity. He has very clearly been humbled by what happened a year ago. He was open about that. And he's doing everything he can to show that he can indeed be that reliable, consistent target who can still break open games. I asked him, I said, is that guy still in there? And he said, absolutely, he is.
And let's end with the other side of the ball with Myles Garrett. We saw his position group get paid this offseason, which included himself here. How is he looking out there, and what are some of his expectations moving forward?
Am I allowed to say I'm a little disappointed in him? He was supposed to chat with me today, but he ended up taking a nap, seeing the trainer, doing all the things that training camp requires of you. You know, he got a day off on Saturday. I joked earlier that that may have been more to give left tackle DeJuan Jones a break than to give Myles Garrett a break. In watching him today, I think he's really itching for this joint practice with the Carolina Panthers. It looks like he's getting tired of teeing off on his own teammates. He's ready to go and face somebody else. Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett. He's a mercurial character who you will always get the best of during the season. No highlight reel things today, but that doesn't mean that they're not coming.
No doubt. You have had some fantastic interviews with him, so yes, you're allowed to say you're a little disappointed. We're not talking to Myles Garrett today. Didi Kinkle-Ball at the latest from Browns camp. Adidas camp. Conversation continues to surround who will start week 1 at quarterback for Cleveland. With the Deshaun Watson situation as he returns from injury, the decision will come down to a couple of vets in Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, or one of the rookies in Dillon Gabriel or Shador Sanders. Here's the latter of the rookies on why his dad isn't at camp to see his son play.
I don't want him coming to see me right now because I want to get to where I want to go then for him to see me. I don't want him to come and see me, you know, get a couple reps and, you know, he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now. I got to get to where I'm going, and I know it's a lot I got to do to get there. So it's kind of like I just want everything that I'm doing is just like focus on this time, and I don't want no distractions because we know how the media, we know how everybody will take it and take away.
Right, 4 options, no clear answer, and plenty of instability there. But Emery, is it fair to say that Cleveland's issues go far even beyond the quarterback position, from a bottom-tier offense to a secondary that collapsed last season? Is this more of a full rebuild than just a quarterback fix?
Yeah, they're trying to build on the fly, right? And outside of the quarterback position, I'll touch that point last. But when you look at what they thought they were going to get with their run game, they still don't have Quinshon Judkins in camp or signed. And we know he still has the legal issue. They were counting on him to be the bell cow in this run game. Now you have to count on another rookie in Dylan Sampson, who's more of the, scat back type, a guy that can kind of hit the home run, but also is very good in pass protection. But you still don't have that bell cow back that you were depending on. And then you already lost Martin Emerson for the season in the secondary, one of your top corners, and he was entering a contract year. Although the defense is still solid, Carson Swessinger, the rookie, is going to be a phenomenal player for them. Mason Graham also on the interior next to Myles Garrett. They're going to be good on defense, but then it boils down to when will they stop playing that charade of not naming Shador Sanders the starting quarterback or their football team. And I understand why they did it, because here it is. We know he was a first-round talent. We know he was a first-round pick that went in the 5th round. But if they automatically put him right in the starting lineup, people say, well, why did you draft him earlier? So they have to play this silly song and dance to, string him along. But what I do like about it, the games will be played. And if the games are played, Shedeur will show everybody what he has done at Jackson State and Colorado. And we'll see that come Friday against the Carolina Panthers. So for me, we just have to wait and see what they do offensively. But this is a team, to your point, that still has a little bit more spots to fill on that side of the football.
Yeah, and I know you've got a big ticket on Shador Sanders being the Week 1 starter for the Browns. It's so funny. I always say there's only 4 quarterbacks. I leave Deshaun Watson because we know that he's not going to be the one starting this year. Emory Hunt knows the Cajuns and more.
Nah, I'm excited. I'll say overall, being able to be healthy, to come to practice today, and being able to go against the actual defense, and get live reps and everything. So I'm just thankful. I prepare each day, as such, and I stay focused throughout everything. So whenever it is my time to get out there, I'll be able to be myself. But I don't think not getting out the mix is even a thought in my mind, in any room. So I know I have the utmost standards for myself, and I know all I could do is go out there and do what I got to do every day and make as minimal mistakes. And I know it's a long ways to go with everything, and I know, I lack experience on this realm and on this level. But one thing I can hang my hat on is, in all pressure situations, you know who I am.
You know who he is, but he said it's a long way to go. As we're back here with John Breach. And for what it's worth, Breach, Shador Sanders listed as the 4th QB on the depth chart there in Cleveland where we stand. So simply put, fact or fiction, Shador Sanders will start at least one game. I'm asking for just one for the Browns this season.
Just one. I'm going to go fact. And Kiana, look, I'm just going to use the law of averages here. The Browns start multiple quarterbacks every single season. You go back to 2024, they had 5 starting quarterbacks. The year before that, they had 4 starting quarterbacks. In 2021, they had 3 starting quarterbacks. There's just always something going on where the Browns have a lot of starting quarterbacks. And you really look at that rotation. If Joe Flacco ends up the Week 1 starter, he's 40 years old. I'm not sure he's going to make it through the entire season. And the other part of this, if the Browns are not good this year, if they are a 3-win team going into December and they've been eliminated from the playoff race, that's when you throw your rookie quarterbacks out there to see what you have in them. So that seems like, assuming there's no injuries involved, that we would see Shador Sanders play by December or January if the Browns are eliminated from the playoff race. So I do absolutely think we will see him for at least one game in 2025.
For what it's worth, like you mentioned last season, we saw 5 quarterbacks for the Browns play at some point, so very likely. I'm asking for just one. I mean, that can come in the final week of the season, but maybe we will get to see Shador Sanders take the field. As always, John Breach, we appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Well, it's a packed house in Cleveland with 4 of their QBs competing for reps. Joe Flacco, the presumed Week 1 starter. Kenny Pickett had been sidelined for a week while he battled through a mild hamstring injury, returned to practice, but doing individual drills, while 3rd rounder Dylan Gabriel and 5th rounder Shador Sanders are looking to climb their way up the depth chart. But hey, maybe they'll get a little bit of action because the Browns' first
It's been all business out of Sanders' camp. Shedeur sliding to the 5th round, and he's getting to work. The rookie quarterback doubling down on that focus Monday.